Hello everyone, I am Prajwal Agarwal and today we'll discuss this problem, gold collection. This problem is rated as easy on CodeChef and you need the knowledge of prefix sums to solve this. So guys, if you haven't read the problem yet, go back and read it, try it out and then come back and see the solution. With this, let's begin. In this problem, we are given n islands and each island is represented using a unique ID. So let us say that we are given n islands as 1, 2, 3 up till n. Now it is given that there is a traveler who travels to all these islands. When he travels to the ith island, he gets ai number of golds. So for example, if he travels to the first island, he will get a1 number of gold. If he travel to the second island, he will get a2 amount of gold. So on the ith island, he will get ai amount of gold coins. So now in this question, we are given q queries. In each query, we are given two integers q1, q2. It is given that a traveler will travel from the island q1 to the island q2. For example, let us say that q1 is equal to 2 and q2 is equal to 4. Then in this case, the traveler will start the journey from island 2. He will go to island 3, then he will go to island 4, and at the island 4, his journey will finish. So in the problem we are asked, when we are given the starting and the ending index of the islands, we are asked the total number of amount of gold that the traveler will get after completing his journey. In short, we are asked the value of a of q1 plus a of q1 plus 1. Because if the first island is q1, then the next island will be q1 plus 1. Similarly till a of q2. So for every query, we need to output this value into our answer. In the constraints, we are given test cases from 1 to 100. N, that is the number of islands, will range from 1 to 10 to the power 4. A of I, that is the amount of gold that the traveler gets on the ith island, will range from 1 to 10 to the power 5. And the number of queries will range from 1 to 1000. So now let us look at some test cases. In the first test case, we are given 4 islands. So we can name them as 1, 2, 3 and 4. And the value of gold coins for each island is given as the first island is equal to 10, then 2, 5 and 50. Now in the first query, we are given q1 is equal to 1 and q2 is equal to 3. It means that the traveler will start the journey from island 1 and will end the journey at island 3. So the total number of gold coins that he will get is equal to a of 1 plus a of 2 plus a of 3. This is equal to 10 plus 2 plus 5 equal to 17 as given in the output. In the second query, we are given 2, 4. So q1 is equal to 2 and q2 is equal to 4. The total amount of gold coin will be equal to 2 plus 5 plus 50. a2 plus a3 plus a4. This is equal to 57 as given in the output. So now let us look at the solution. In this problem, we are given an array A of n elements where ai represents the gold coin that we can get from the ith island. We will be given q queries of the form q1 and q2, and the answer to each query is nothing but a of q1 plus a of q1 plus 1 up till a of q2. So this can actually be written as a summation s from I is equal to q1 to q2 and a of I. So now to answer this, one of the brute force way that we can think of is, for all the queries, we can simply iterate over the subarray. So given q1 and q2, we will iterate for all I from q1 to q2, and our answer is nothing but we will add a of I from all q1 to q2 and we will have our final answer. However, the time complexity for this method is order of n into q, and this is too much and it will give you TLE. So now to optimize this solution, look at the summation closely. So we can write this summation as s is equal to summation from I is equal to 0 to q2 a of I minus summation I is equal to 0 to q1 and this is what we call a prefix sum. So now if we know the value of I summation from I is equal to 0 to any index, then we can answer these queries efficiently. So to do this, we will build a prefix sum array. Let's call this array as prefix of I. It is equal to prefix of I minus 1 plus A of I. So now the answer to the query is nothing but, let us say we are given two indexes q1 and q2, then the answer is equal to prefix of q2 minus prefix of q1 minus 1. So let us look at why this is true. So prefix of q2 is nothing but a0 plus a1 plus a2 up till a of q2, and we are subtracting prefix of q1 minus 1. So this is nothing but a of 0 plus a of 1 plus a of 2 up till a of q1 minus 1. So as you can see that this a of 0 will get cancelled with this a of 0, this a of 1 gets cancelled with this a of 1, and similarly all these elements gets cancelled. So finally we will get a of q1 plus a of q1 plus 1 up till a of q2, and this is exactly the answer to the query q1 and q2. So as you can see that if we build this prefix array, then we can answer all the queries in order 1 time. Hence the new time complexity that we get is order of n plus q. This n is needed to build a prefix array, and we answer every query in order 1 time. Moving on to the code. So first of all we will process the input, then we will create this array which is of size n plus 1. So basically we will use 1 based indexing for prefix array. Next we will take the input for the array and build the prefix array. To build the prefix array, we will add the previous sum to the current element and store it at the current location. So basically we are building the prefix array in the input array itself. Next we will input all the queries, and our answer is nothing but ARR Q2 minus ARR Q1 minus 1, and we will print the output. So guys, this is pretty much the whole code. Try to code it yourself, and if you face an issue, then come back and see it again. So now let us look at the code. This code has been written in Python 3.6. So guys, in this question, prefer taking input using stdin and stdout from the sys library for fast IO. So first of all, we will take the input n. Next, we will create an array A to store the prefix sum array. Now we iterate over the input array and create our prefix array as the previous sum that we have, and we add the current element into our previous sum, and we will increment index by 1. Next, we will take the queries. Now we will iterate over all the queries and print output of all the queries. So guys, don't forget to use \n for next line. So guys, this is pretty much the whole code, and it passes all the test cases. So now let us look at some of the common mistakes. So one of the mistake that you might do is that when you are printing in C++, you will use endl to print next line. So guys, endl can be a little bit costly, so prefer using \n. If you use endl in this, then you will actually get TLE. So although this code is correct, however, it still gives time limit exceeded. So guys, I hope you understood the problem clearly. If you have any questions, drop a comment in the comment section, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to get our latest updates from CodeChef. Thank you and goodbye.